As one of the nation's largest rural healthcare organizations, Geisinger serves more than 3 million residents throughout 45 counties in central, south central, and northeastern Pennsylvania. But this wasn't always the case. The massive medical center was really the vision of two people, Abigail Geisinger and Dr. Harold Foss. The original idea for the hospital was developed by Abigail Geisinger.
Back in 1910, she saw a real need for a local hospital. The closest hospital was in Bloomsburg, the forerunner of the Geisinger-Bloomsburg Hospital. And in order to transport the sick people to that hospital, it was necessary to place them in carriages or in the occasional vehicle. And it was over a dirt road for transportation. Of course, with the snowstorm we had last week, that would have been a disaster. And, the spring rains with mud, it often took a lot longer than the travel by vehicle that we are aware of today. And so it was thought by quite a few people in the area, and especially Abigail Geisinger, that there was a real need for that.
Over the years, the hospital grew steadily until eventually they saw the need for a separate children's hospital, and the Janet Wise Children's Hospital was born.
In 1985, it was decided to build a children's hospital. There was a real need in this area for concentrated specialty area. It's a regional, rural area. And the smaller hospitals didn't have the capacity that we have here. We had the largest children's service in the area, outside of rural, or outside of the hospitals in big cities.
As we moved through the 80s, we would be adding 5 and 6 pediatricians every year. And so we got to the end of the 80s, and we had outgrown the space where we occupied in the medical center. And we had more kids that wanted to come in, and we knew if we were going to continue to grow and continue to add pediatricians to help take care of the needs here, we were going to need additional space. And that's when we came upon the idea of a children's hospital.
As with the original hospital, the children's hospital was largely pushed by one woman, Janet Wise.
Janet Wise had been the co-chairman for the Children's Miracle Network since the first one. And she was also really involved in children's needs throughout the community. So the choice that they made in 1991 to give a substantial amount to the building of a hospital was one that pushed the drive forward so it could be built. And of course, her husband had been on the board of directors for years, and he was the chairman during the period when the hospital was growing into a multi-institutional force that it is today.
Since ground was broken in 1992, the Janet Wise Children's Hospital has grown steadily, becoming the state-of-the-art facility that exists today.
So we've been open now 23 years, almost 23 years, and the changes have been monumental. I say that even going back to 1994, yet alone 1980, the children we're saving today, we were not saving necessarily in 1994. And so we've had a tremendous increase in our critical care functions, our trauma functions, our surgery functions, our pediatric specialists. All those have exploded over the last 25 years, I would say.
I can remember, when my children were growing up, having to go to a less than convenient department for their care. And this was a place that was colorful and inviting for the children. And of course, the children were all part of the celebration too. If you'll notice as you walk through the hallway, the murals and the bright colors, and they were It was created so that it would be in a place where families could come and feel comfortable and the children would not feel frightened.
You know, I always say that the Children's Hospital is what differentiates Geisinger from every major medical center around us. No one has the pediatric subspecialty, or no one's able to provide the depth in pediatric care in central northeastern Pennsylvania that we're able to do here in Danville. And so pediatrics makes us very different. The community has embraced us. You know, we very much feel pressure, actually, that the community supports us and expects us to be ready to take care of their kids. So 24/7, 365 days a year, if they need our help, we have to be there to help them.
It was your Children Miracle Network donations that helped build the Janet Wise Children's Hospital, and it's your current donations that will help keep it running and allow the dedicated professionals there to continue exercising what for them is a passion.
But I've always felt like I never come to work. I always come here and take care of kids. And when you have a passion for doing that, you never go to work.